In Solo Leveling's sequel, Jin Woo has become the strongest in his universe. So for the past 5 years, Jin Woo left Earth to lead this multiversal war. But this battle didn't just start out of nowhere, as even after Jin Woo defeated the Monarch of Destruction Antares and reset the timeline where everyone lives again, there was still darkness lurking in the world. So instead of fighting godly dragons or orcs, Jin Woo joined the police and became a detective, while also marrying a gold medalist Olympic athlete named Cha-Hae. As a detective, Jin Woo was named Ghost due to him often disappearing and catching so many criminals that this man's arrest rate was 200%. How is that even possible? It is possible because bro not only solved his own cases, but even cold ones. You can't with this guy. Jin Woo's disappearances, however, were actually him slipping away to engage in battles with unseen Itarim threats, as even before the world officially awakened to magic or dungeons in Ragnarok, which would be known as the cataclysm, a few threats still popped up due to the barriers between the different dimensions becoming unstable. Coming back to Jin Woo though, even with all his accolades as a detective, he refused promotions every time, just so he could stay in the field and continue catching criminals personally. Jin Woo might have not taken the promotions, but his boss, Jin Chul, definitely did. And yes, this is the same Jin Chul who was the vice chairman and later chairman of the Hunter Association in the OG timeline of Solo Leveling. He was not only a high-ranking officer, but also Jin Woo's closest friend. By being so close to Jin Woo and his position as an A-rank hunter in the past timeline, Woo Jin Chul would be one of the only people on Earth other than Cha-Hae to unlock his memories from the previous timeline. Jin Woo attempted to erase his memories, but Jin Chul would keep regaining them as they had become a part of his soul. So instead, he became a valuable asset to our boy, since even when he missed work to go fight the Itarims and their spawns, Jin Chul could cover for him. Unfortunately though, on the 16th anniversary of Jin Woo x Cha-Hae, a tragedy would occur. Initially, it was a peaceful romantic moment. Jin Woo gifted his Pookie a special necklace crafted by dwarves, filled with enchantments, including a translation spell so she could communicate with shadow soldiers and others. They were flying together on Kaisel, enjoying the sky, but then Jin Woo sensed an ominous threat. A massive dimensional rift was beginning to manifest, marking the beginning of the Itarim War, as the apostles had began to invade. Just before the chaos fully erupted, Jin Woo told Cha-Hae to return home first, that he would follow right back. However, Cha-Hae wouldn't make it home and Jin Woo couldn't return. I will expand on what the hell happened to them later in the video, as with their disappearance, Jin Woo's best friend, Jinho, who has married Junha after the events of Sister Leveling, would start a worldwide manhunt to no avail. Yet Woo Jin Chul, having his memories from the first timeline restored, knew what Jin Woo's long absence meant, that Earth would be facing a new threat and things would really kick into high gear 3 years later when the cataclysm happened. This event is when people started to awaken as hunters and gates began to appear. Now, if you're wondering, since the ruler war is over, who is creating these gates? Well, in Ragnarok, the gates are a result of the outer gods trying to break the barriers between the universes to invade Earth and Jin Woo's universe. Think of a dungeon as a dot. When 2 gates are broken, they connect into a line. 3 or more become a plane. That's when a full-fledged gate which leads to the void is created, which would allow the Itarims easier access to Earth. The ultimate goal of the Itarims is to spread these gates around Earth and eventually create a supermassive rift that connects directly to the outer multiverse. In the original Solo Leveling timeline, when the gates first appear, it took the world years to adapt to them, where countries and states were decimated out of nowhere. An example being the entire west coast of America being destroyed by the S-rank Kamish Gate. However, in Ragnarok, one man is to thank for Earth being so well prepared against this threat: Woo Jin Chul. After the cataclysm, hunters who were capable of using mana started to resonate with the gates, causing awakenings, but the first to awaken was Jin Chul, likely due to his memories being intact and proximity to Jin Woo. In his time as police chief, bro was compiling a whole list of politicians doing sus-ass stuff like going to the Diddy party or doing corruption. With those in hand, he made unannounced forced visits to powerful ministers, prosecutors, and government officials to get what he wanted. Using his A-rank skills, Bro went to the minister's office, knocked out all the guards, and basically said, "Listen to me on all hunter matters or I'll leak everything." Bro went to the fucking Blue House, which is like the White House of Korea, to do this, alright? Thanks to these intimidation sessions, political parties from both sides caved in immediately, granting Jin Chul everything he asked for, including legal authority and resources to form the Hunter Association. With his knowledge of the past awakeners, Jin Chul knew who had the potential to be S-rankers or potential to be criminals, so he personally hired Choi Jung-in, Korea's ultimate S-rank hunter, and Baek Yoon-ho. He also drafted the Villain Punishment Act, a law that allowed awakened criminals to be punished without normal judicial process. Realizing that awakened criminals would be inevitable, Woo Jin Chul also created a special prison facility, Jisan Prison, designed specifically to contain dangerous awakeners, especially those whose powers were volatile or who committed crimes with magic. Another person who helped the Hunters Association massively was Jinwoo's brother-in-law Jinho and his company Ajin Soft, who specialized in VR and video games, where they wanted to create the first hunter training simulation tech. Plus, Jinho had a deep inclination to help out, likely due to being influenced by his other timeline memories which hadn't awakened yet. Now, there are a few more things that happen, like we see Jin Woo fighting in the Outer God War in chapter 300, where it's hinted that he has a new top class general he has resurrected. And Woo Jin Chul's body almost gets cooked due to him using so many extra abilities that his vessel can't handle. Yet, it's revealed that Jin Woo planned for that by giving Jin Chul a shield which regenerates his body like new. Which makes me wonder if everything that has happened in Ragnarok so far was planned by Jin Woo, like he's fucking Aizen. Because with the latest chapter revealing Amut as the new Iron Body Monarch and Suho finally finds the World Tree, Suho is only missing the giant monarch Legia and the monarch of transfiguration Yogamon's powers, right? So I will cover those events more in depth when Solo Leveling Season 3 comes out. Thank you so much for watching this. So I'm so happy, those of you who made it till the end, thank you so much. I really appreciated it. This entire season of Solo Leveling was peak, and I'm glad I could bring you guys the story of Ragnarok and what happens later. If you guys want more info, the All Gods and Solo Leveling video is actually a companion video to this video. So if you guys want the entire story of Ragnarok, then watch that video where I explain the universe and the lore of the history more in detail. Once again, thank you so much. Hit that like button and let's try to get this video to at least 10,000 likes.